I love to wet. Like I feel like the best time for my braids, like so many people like they don't want their hair wet, but I just feel like the wetter your hair is for me, like I like to get my hair really wet, even if there's a little bit of moisture in my hair, like a few hours after I braid it. I just feel like that's great for hold and keeping my braids down. And yeah, I love. So anybody who says you shouldn't have your hair wet when you go out, nah, nah, nah. You can leave the house hair. You can actually leave the house with your hair wet in a braid. Did it for years. I don't wash my hair like as frequently anymore as it got longer, and also because I don't want to dry my hair out as much. But one thing I did miss was how I would wash my hair early in the morning, and it wouldn't exactly be sopping wet, but it'd be pretty darn wet. And I just always felt like wet hair in a braid held so well. And sometimes, like my hair's so thick, it would still be wet at the end of the day in the braid, and I would dry overnight, 24 hours. This hydrogel fatigue thing, I never had that. The water just keeps your hair in place, and then the next day, like if you wanted to wear your hair loose, you have like I already have waviness to my hair, but it just gives like it for me it just like kind of bumps up the waviness definition. But the thing I love about wet hair is it just gives you so much control. So I feel like the wetting your hair down and then some oil, which I already have oil in my hair because I oil my hair every day. I put coconut oil in my hair every day. So yeah, I have my own hair rules. I don't follow like whatever the hair rules are that other people follow. I don't know. That stuff never worked for me. I know what works for me, and I say what hairs. And that's what the braiding books used to say. You know, actually, I started doing that because there was this braiding hair book that said it's easier to work with wet hair if you're braiding. Like instead of spraying, like people they use tons of hairspray, but my mom always said she was very good at French braiding. I never really like French braiding just doesn't really work for me, but she was very good at it and she said just wet down the hair. Water's your friend, you know? But hair is not taboo. You can leave the house with your hair wet in California. You can get away with it. It makes braids a little more sleek. And if you want like that chunky braid, I don't do the pancake braid, but it's not exactly tight, but it's just like the way I'm braiding my hair. Just pour more water into the braid, like keep saturating it. Water, water, water. Water is your friend for braiding. Like I just feel like yeah, it's gonna give you so much more control. Braid stays in place. It gives you like I just noticed like it gives me that ability to do the chunky braid that I like. More water. Keep adding the water in. More of a chunky braid effect. So just keep adding more water into the hair. And during the day too, I love to add water to the crown of my hair, like just to smooth down. See, that's the thing. I don't wash my hair all the time, but I add so much water into my hair as I braid. Like, I think that just, and then I comb out my hair, which, like, to me, I think that's just what is the longevity and not needing to wash your hair all the time because I'm wetting down my hair. Like, well, I haven't done a super wet braid like this in a while, but I realized something. If you want to do the chunky braid, the wetter the better. Like, it just, and to me, it's so much better than a pancake braid. It's kind of hard to explain exactly what a chunky braid looks like, but it's not like that you're braiding tightly. It's just like the way you're braiding is not as loose. Because I don't know, loose braiding just really doesn't do it for me. Like, I don't like a loose braid. Like, I thought about this because I'd rather do, like, my idea of a chunky braid is, like, it's not exactly that it's super tight to where it's hurting your head or anything, but it's just more of the formation, like you smooth it down to make sure it holds that formation, I guess, is what I could say about it. That's the way I could describe it. I might have to back braid a little bit though, because I see my hair is kind of. When you have wavy hair, sometimes the hairs curl up into themselves. That's just one thing. It can get annoying about having super wavy hair. I mean, I love the look of super wavy hair, but just. And my hair just soaks up the water like really fast. Like it almost feels dry on the ends, even though I let it down like that. Hop goes weasel. I don't know what it is in 2021, but I'm not putting up with shenanigans anymore. Like people in the past that thought they could do me wrong. I've just been like, boom, like I don't care anymore. I'm like, if anybody like feels like they can put me down, fight fire with fire. I'm telling you. Such people need to know that they're bad people. And it feels good to say that. It feels good. Like I mean, I don't feel like I've ever been super wrong, but I feel like okay, how should I put it this way? I feel like if you're more of a quiet person, people think that they can kind of treat you a certain way or they can just act like whatever they want and need is superior to you. And no, don't ever put up with that crap. I just like, yeah. I mean, I'm not ever gonna be a confrontational person, but I'm just like, yeah, it feels so good to know that if somebody treats you bad, you don't think good of them, and you think that they're crap on a stick. Like, I don't know, it's the most powerful thing on the planet, and yeah, like I've been finding my voice and by just being like, yeah, so I just feel like, yeah, I don't care about people that don't want to treat others with consideration. I'm just like, in the past I was so blind, like I was so blinded just by, watch somebody's actions across the board over time, maybe over years. If their actions are not consistent and do not align with being a person of integrity, then that person is nothing. Absolutely nothing. Like, they just aren't somebody that you could even think anything of, and that is their reward. People that are like that, their reward is they just are mediocre, and you don't need anybody mediocre in your life. You need extraordinary people in your life. I don't know, like I feel like because I try to be a person of integrity, I feel like that's bringing more extraordinary people into my life, and it happens. It really does. Like, you start talking to new people, and it opens you up to people that have integrity, and you're like, wow, these are people with integrity. It's a game changer. So yeah, don't put up with stupid people, stupid situations. You're not defined by the circumstances of your birth. You're not defined by somebody who thinks it's okay to treat you mediocre, because people who treat anybody mediocre, they're a mediocre person, you see. I just think everybody needs to know what their value is, and you're so much more valuable than some people would make you feel. But anybody who tries to make you feel like you're not valuable enough, it's because they're mediocre. And we don't put up with mediocrity in life, We have to have something better for ourselves. Always have something better for yourself. And mediocrity is just not worth your time of day. Even if mediocrity seems enticing for 5 seconds of the day, see how the mediocre, and I'm not saying that people are mediocre, I'm talking about the way people act, like when somebody is not consistent across the board, when they seem charming one day and then the next day they're just kind of dismissive of you. That's a mediocre person. That's a person that doesn't have integrity. That's a person that's not consistent. That's a person who, I don't know, they're an opportunist. And I want to talk about like learning to spot what an opportunist is. An opportunist is a person that will say what you want to hear, okay? Sometimes they even admit it. It's the crazy thing about them. And you should like run for the hills. If somebody ever says to you, I just told you things you wanted to hear, like they're not even really like hiding the fact that they think it's okay to treat you like that. I just think steer clear of mediocrity in your life. Except no mediocrity. Thank you. Thank you so much. I just think people need to know that their life can be more valuable than they think. And there is a whole bunch of people, I just think there are a lot of people in the world, they're not happy with themselves. So don't let like momentary flattery or just momentary like nice comment take you in. Like, look at the big picture. is this person, are people consistent across the board, or are they not, you know? Anyway, that's just my message for the day. Steer clear of mediocrity and look for things with longevity. And you are not defined by any circumstance of your life. Your life is your own, and you create your own reality, and it's far better to be more of an introverted person with fewer like friends. You can be cordial to people, but you don't have to be everybody's friend. You don't need that many friends in life. You want actual, real, sincere, genuine friends. Like a lot of people, what they call friendships are more like acquaintances, just people that they know in their daily life. It's not truly a friendship because friendships take years to formulate, and you want real people in your life, not just these passing, fleeting things. Consistency, longevity, being a person of integrity. These are things that shall make you happier. Thanks. Have a great day.